Um, it's Rory here from KAI, and yeah, I saw the post about an hour ago and was just pondering it. It's quite late here in Dubai. We had a very successful day where we spent a lot of time talking about Caspa with very serious people. So, we're talking about CFOs of major banks and chairman of banks, CEOs of companies you will all have heard of, and there's a lot of excitement about Caspa because we're presenting it in a completely different way to everything else. And what I'd just like to do is just remind everybody why KII chose Caspa and why it matters and why we support Jonathan's reminder that crypto's purpose is freedom grounded in proof. And I suppose at KI we extend that principle into the energy economy. So we chose Caspa very carefully. We waited 10 years before we found something that actually met all of the criteria that we wanted and needed. And we chose Caspa because it operates like a generational utility layer. It is literally a brand new utility layer. It's open, it's neutral, it's auditable, it's fast enough to underpin real markets. And compared to the alternatives, after speaking to about 30 or 40 people today, just me personally, and the rest of our group spoke to probably just about as many people. It's unbelievable how Caspa has resonated with business leaders in a way that we haven't seen before, because it delivers what they need in terms of reliability, transparency, and performance without sacrificing any first principles. And it really the whole total decentralization, fair launch, all of those those principles and superlatives, it resonates very strongly with them. And one of the biggest questions we had is of those 30 people, almost all of them asked, where do we buy Caspa? Where do we go to get it? And we've been making recommendations such as Kraken, because we've had some good experiences with them. Tomorrow we're having a number of additional closed door sessions with partners, and some open forums and roundtable discussions discussing Caspa, IoT, blockchain, and all of that. And what we're seeing is Caspa is definitely being viewed by very serious players in a very different way, because they see it as the basis for a new class of markets for energy, carbon storage, materials, provenance of food, and beyond. Pretty much every where every unit and attribute is verifiable at source. It's not just digitization; it's integrity engineered into the infrastructure. And we really champion and support what Jonathan wrote. He's absolutely correct. Crypto wasn't born for casinos. It was built for freedom, proof, and integrity. So I just wanted to share those thoughts with you.
Can I just jump in there, Lavendi, please? But
yeah, go for it.
Rory, because with the big players that you deal with, like, it's a completely different mindset to sort of retail, isn't it? Where I'm not saying price going down or price going up. Like, obviously everyone wants price to go up, but price just isn't really in their sort of your mindset. It's completely utility driven. What does this do for my business? What can this do for the energy markets? Things like this. It's actually what Caspa can provide to people rather than price goes up. And I think that is the clincher for me. I think for a network like Caspa, because like you said, it's so performant, but completely decentralized, secure, and like nodes are growing as well, which is fantastic. Really want to see a lot more decentralization there. But that's what really excites me about what you guys are doing, because like that's where the real magic happens on a network, I think, especially when it comes to security budget.
Yeah, the one of the presentations that we'll deliver tomorrow, we don't mention the word cryptocurrency even once. I think we mentioned blockchain just once. We talk about Caspa as a brand new form of utility, a 21st century utility, and we don't see anything vaguely like it coming along for the next 50 years. Not once have we ever spoken about price, ever, on any of our posts, on any of our social media, or in any of the discussions that we've had with any of our corporate partners. We've never once discussed the price of Caspa. It's kind of irrelevant to us. People want to buy it for themselves personally, but they're more interested in what it can actually do for their business.
That's what makes it so incredible. And you guys have really been, I think, a major benefit for the Caspa network. And I know stuff like this takes time, and I think sometimes people forget that, and they also forget that actually the initiative that you guys have got going, you're very industry facing, not like retail facing. So it's and the other thing is you actually don't owe the community anything, because you guys have set up.
We've never asked for anything from the community. We've never asked for anything. We're not looking for finance for the community from the community. We're I suppose a little bit selfish in that we're building for ourselves and our peers more than anything else, and that's very important to us. So you're absolutely totally correct in that. Yeah, price action is kind of irrelevant, but so many people, even just this evening, were asking, literally taking out their phones and saying, where can we buy it? And these are like really serious people.
They're getting in at a bloody good price, Rory. I'll tell you, tell you that.
Yeah, I have to say I'm quite jealous at what they're doing. The title of the presentation that we're giving tomorrow is Caspa, a new 21st century utility, and the subtitle is Real-Time Trust for Markets, Assets and Machines, Global, Permissionless, Scalable, Decentralized Sequencing, Fast and Affordable. And that's the whole tone of the presentation that we're giving. Although we're industry facing, we're actually very, very close to the cypherpunk movement, particularly in what we're trying to do. We are trying to break siloed markets. We're trying to design brand new markets for new commodities, and transcend rules that have been written by bureaucrats that completely don't understand what they're trying to regulate. And Caspa, because it's totally decentralized, it has censorship resistant properties. It means we can actually do things with it that regulators can't really interfere with. So it really enables us to be a lot bolder in what we want to do and the types of things we want to build. And it might sound a little bit weird coming from an industry-facing organization that we are being rebellious, and we want to push the envelope as far as possible.
That's what I absolutely love. And I actually remember the talks you gave in Dublin at your event, which was awesome, by the way. But like you were saying, like even in the industry market, energy market, sorry, it's really quite clunky and at sometimes could be quite corrupt as well. Where you have to deal with like you've got payment rails going on over the global markets, and like it's quite clunky, but also
it's highly fragmented, it's highly siloed. Greenwashing is a huge problem. Provenance around carbon certificates, fraud around all of those sorts of instruments and voluntary carbon markets. It's just the Wild West, and yet the market is potentially worth trillions.
That is absolutely unbelievable, and that's what I mean. Just running an energy market on Caspa's network as just a payment rail itself, the amount of fees that would come in from that is unbelievable. Like I said, it's trillions worth of market running on Caspa. That would be just next level. It'd be amazing.
Yeah, I agree. I'm actually just looking at something that we're going to show tomorrow, where we actually ran it on the mainnet. We minted renewable energy certificates, but nano ones. So basically, we were creating and tokenizing in real time micro renewable energy certificates. And it's we have the stream of it doing it on Caspa. We're going to publicly show it tomorrow, and it's just unbelievable the opportunities that it opens up, and particularly in discussing 7 seconds, for example, is how fast battery energy storage is able to come on and react to grid events in Germany at the moment, and they're very proud of that. And but when there's thousands of these coming on at the same time, and they're all fluctuating up and down constantly, that's just thousands upon thousands of transactions that have to be verified. And the faster that they can be settled, the more liquidity flows back through the market. So Caspa is a perfect solution for that.
Literally, it is a game changer for certainly the industries you're looking into, and I'm really glad that you guys are pushing it, because like if people in the audience don't know, just look at DII, Desert Energy Initiative. These are big you got big partners involved in this, and
they're some of the biggest companies in the world. If you take like ThyssenKrupp, they're one of the biggest German companies. They make all sorts of things. They make they make steel. They just make all sorts of huge industrial equipment. You have State Grid of China, which is the biggest organization in China. Full stop. There is nothing bigger. They're bigger than the Chinese army. They have a bigger presence in every town and village in China. They're one of the partners, and they're pushing for a concept called Global Energy Internet, which is literally connecting all of the world's grids together, and allowing energy to talk to each other globally and be traded globally. And that's the biggest company in China. If they were listed on the Fortune 500, they'd probably rank in the top 5. I think they have something like 1.8 million employees. They're just enormous. And then some of the other partners are some of the biggest household names that you can imagine, and quite literally the stack of business cards I'm looking at, of people who want to learn about Caspa, and see what they can do with Caspa, and how it can be used in their businesses is just staggering. Our team is going to have quite a busy time following up after this. I saw you guys were on. I'd read Jonathan's post several times and absolutely thoroughly agree with him. And one of the sad things for Binance and Coinbase and everything else is our corporate partners need on and off ramps. For various different things, including if they're going to be using gigawatt coin, and wanting to turn it back into fiat at some point. They need on and off ramps, and the numbers we're talking about are not small. So some of these exchanges that aren't playing ball, they're just shooting themselves in the foot, because they're going to lose not just retail business, but they're going to lose a lot of large scale corporate business as well.
That's so true, and I never actually even thought about that. And like you said, the way it seems like Caspa's being received really well with. a lot of your partners and a lot of people you've been discussing it with, which is fantastic. And again, it's such a strange thing because they may not even know it's because, like you said, with your language, you don't use cryptocurrency, like you just don't use it at all. But like DLTs and things like that, like they may not even actually understand that this is crypto, but the strength of Caspa is what actually the utility of Caspa for them as a business is what can actually drive it really, really, really well. And I think you guys have just been so awesome for pushing that. And I know you've got your reasons because it's obviously it's a good business interest for you anyway. But I think you guys have been fantastic for the community. Like every time you push it out for your own interest, it actually helps the whole of Caspa anyway. So a massive thank you to you for doing that. I'm actually going to have to jump off now, Lavendi, unfortunately, because I've got to get some stuff done before I get to bed. But I just want to say thanks for having me up and say thanks again, Rory. Good speaking to you again, man.
Yeah, you too. I need to go. It's 2 a.m. here, and yeah, we've an early start and a very busy day tomorrow. So I'm going to head off to bed. But I was just reading through Jonathan's post for the third time, and just saw you guys there, and really thanks for the. For the shout out there, we really do appreciate it. Unfortunately, there's a lot of projects we just can't talk about publicly, because of NDAs and because of commercial sensitivities. The truth is, we've only talked about 3 or 4 of the projects out of 23 in total, and some of the projects are actually quite significant with some significant players. That's something that I can share with you. We'd love to share more, but obviously as our partners are helping shape what we're doing, we're obviously reacting and trying to service them as best we can. But yeah, look, I think it was great talking to you guys, and I think we might try and share some of the stuff that we're going to present tomorrow. We've been doing a lot of live demos of some of the things that we've been building over the last 12 months, and they've been received quite well. So we'll try and share some stuff over the next few days.